What is going on, Knicks fans? We are live here on Friday, August 23rd. One day closer to Knicks training camp, Knicks preseason. All right, now in this live show, I wanted to share my thoughts about this Knicks team defensively because I genuinely believe that this Knicks team, as a defensive unit, has what it takes to be one of the best, if not the best, defenses in the entire NBA. Now, I know Knicks fans already have this expectation, as they should, but I wanted to break down the metrics, break down the roster from a defensive perspective, really hone in on the defense, not so much the offense, and really share my thoughts. Now, if you guys did not know by now, this show is powered by and brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook. That link is in the description to sign up today. We'll hear from BetUS in just a little bit. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comments if you're watching it on replay or you're watching it live. Let me know your thoughts of the Knicks defense. Do you think they have what it takes to be amongst one of the best defensive units in the NBA, if not the best? Okay, because starting off with Tom Thibodeau, this is where it all begins. The New York Knicks did not really have a defensive identity until head coach Tom Thibodeau came into the building. Okay, and now that Tom Thibodeau had gotten an extension and the Knicks are going with that continuity element to this Knicks team, that should give Knicks fans a sense of relief, in my opinion. Now, I know some Knicks fans still have some up and down feelings about the head coach of Tom Thibodeau. I get it. I hear you guys. But I think the New York Knicks, their strength right now is continuity. And it starts upstairs with Leon Rose, starts with Tom Thibodeau, having Randall here for a while now, Jalen Brunson entering year number 3, like having the core guys, Mitchell Robinson, the longest tenured Knick. There's so many pieces to this Knicks team that's been here, and they know the identity and the culture. And they also know the expectation of head coach Tom Thibodeau. And Tom Thibodeau brought a system here. He brought an identity. He brought a culture. And this Knicks team has been buying into it from the jump. And now that you add in these players on this roster from a defensive perspective, watch out. Because the New York Knicks were already amongst the elite in defense before they even traded for OG Anunoby. The Knicks were able to be a very good defensive team with Jalen Brunson at the point guard, with even Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. With R.J. Barrett even back, last season heading into the year. With Emmanuel Quickley, with Obi Toppin, who's not known for his defense. With Jericho Sims in the rotation. Like, the Knicks didn't really have elite defensive individual players. That's not the case now, folks. The Knicks have 2 elite wing defenders that the Knicks did not have heading into last season. We acquired OG, of course, last season. We acquired Bridges this offseason. I don't think Knicks fans realize what this defense is going to look like with these 2 wings, because I've been saying it time and time again. You need to have at least one elite wing on your team in today's NBA to win. And now the Knicks have 2. And then you add in a healthy Mitchell Robinson, who, in my opinion, is a defensive player of the year candidate if he can stay healthy. And then Deuce McBride's defensive versatility off the bench. Josh Hart's ability to play defense and play hard, get into the passing lanes. Julius Randle, when he really puts the effort in, can play solid defense. Dante DiVincenzo getting into the passing lanes. Like, the defensive ability of this Knicks squad could be the best in the NBA. And that is why Knicks fans have so much confidence in this squad. Because Tom Thibodeau has been able to unlock potential within players that don't really have defensive prowess. Now, you add players that are known for their defense, like OG, like Bridges. It's ridiculous what we can expect, okay? So shout out to everybody tuning in. We got Mr. Q. He's already like, yes, the Knicks can have the best defense in the league. Next question. You don't even have to talk about this. Nelson, what's going on, Richie? What's up, Nelson? Still Knicks fans in the chat. What's good, Knicks family? Salute to the chat. Salute to Richie. Salute to you, still Knicks fan. Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button on your way into the show. We're live on Knicks Media. The season is right around the corner, okay? The Knicks season is almost here, and I taste it. I taste this Knicks season coming up, and I cannot wait for it. Is anybody going to be at the Central Park, the Roommate Show live podcast in the city? Because I'll be there, which is going to be a lot of fun. Would love to see if any Knicks fans are going to be there. Nelson asked, Richie, what's the amount of a 3-year extension of Tom Thibodeau? Money-wise, I'm not sure. I got to look that up. But the Knicks definitely are committed to Tom Thibodeau for the long run. And I think that the biggest weapon of this Knicks team right now is that element of continuity. And I think the continuity is so beautiful here because let's not forget what this Knicks team has been used to. We're used to carousel at point guard, a carousel at head coach, and the front office. Isn't it such a breath of fresh air to have a team that we know who the quarterback, right? We know who the point guard is every year. We know who our head coach is. We know who's upstairs making the decisions every year. It's not a big question. That's why when people were calling for Tom Thibodeau's head a few years ago, I'm like, can we stop being so reactionary and give Tom Thibodeau some time to develop a winning culture here? Now that the Knicks gave him the time, he was rewarded with an extension because that's exactly what head coach Tom Thibodeau has done here. He's established an identity, a way of working, and the way of chemistry that you can't teach anywhere else. And it comes with time. And that's what Tom Thibodeau has done here. And we're not even talking about the offense. The offense has an ability to be, I'm not going to say one of the league's best. What makes this Knicks team one of the, NBA's best is going to be their defense mixed in with their balanced offense. We're not going to be up there with like the Pacers offensively, the Kings in terms of pace offensively. What other teams out there is elite offensively? That's not going to be our bread and butter. Our bread and butter is hard-nosed defense, rebounding the ball, scrappiness. You come to the Garden, you got to be able to put up with the two-headed monster of Anunoby and Bridges, with Mitchell Robinson protecting the paint down low, with Deuce McBride being a pest off the bench, and Josh Hart out-rebounding 7-footers. That's what you have to deal with the Knicks. We're going to punch you in the mouth early. We're going to make you earn every single basket. I think the Knicks have a chance to be one of the best defensive teams we've seen in a long time from the New York Knicks. From a defensive rating perspective, from a rebounding perspective, blocking shots. I know it all comes down to the health of Mitchell Robinson because, bro, if Mitch can stay healthy for 70 games in the regular season or even 65 games and can more importantly be healthy in the playoffs, the Knicks defense is going to be the reason why we go far. I'm telling you guys that right now. Because the players I featured in the thumbnail are all the defensive players to look out for. OG, Bridges, Deuce McBride, and Mitchell Robinson. All elite defensive players that's bought in. And the cool thing about it is Jalen Brunson's no slouch defensively. Brunson is not a defensive guy, but in a Tom Thibodeau style system, he is. He can play defense. He can play hard. He can do what he needs to do. He can do what he needs to do. Okay? That's what I'm really, really excited about, Knicks fans, and you guys should be too. Because if you look across the NBA, name another team that has this ability defensively. You can mention the Boston Celtics. You can mention the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? But does anybody really have this type of ability like us from a defensive perspective? I'll answer that for you. No, you simply don't. So let me know your thoughts, guys, in the chat about the potential of the Knicks defense. Keith in the chat, guy that is in every single live chat I do. Knicks, Jets, whatever the case may be. My boy Keith is in it. I appreciate you, bro. Don't sleep on the potential of the offense. The floor is going to be so spread out, it ain't funny. So I cannot agree with you more, Keith. Cannot agree with you more. The defense is going to be able to be spread out. And, the offense. We're going to be able to allow Jalen Brunson to do what he needs to do. When Julius Randle drives to the cup and draws in a double team, he's going to have shooters to spray the ball out to. We're going to talk about the offense in another show, Keith. Don't you worry, bro. Just for you, we're going to talk about it. I promise you that. I absolutely promise you that. Now, I did want to show you guys some odds presented by none other than BetUS Sportsbook because they have really interesting player prop bets for two individual players, and I want to get your thoughts of them winning Defensive Player of the Year on BetUS Sportsbook. Now, as you guys know, BetUS Sportsbook is the official sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. You guys can receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. It is the #1 online sportsbook, and this is where you can place all your basketball bets. And look at these odds right here. Mikal Bridges, plus 6,000 to win Defensive Player of the Year. That is ridiculous. Guys, you put $100, you know how much money you make? 6,000. $10 wins you 600, I believe, if my math is not mistaken. That's kind of disrespectful. So if you guys want to sign up for BetUS, make sure you take advantage of the 125% sign-up bonus, but please, please bet responsibly. You see the Bridges graphic here, and that's not it. You think Bridges odds are crazy? I mean, they're higher odds, but look at OG. OG Anunoby's odds is plus 3,000, so it's half. So do you guys think OG and Bridges has a chance to win Defensive Player of the Year or not? Let me know in the chat right now. Do you think either OG or Bridges has what it takes to win Defensive Player of the Year, or are they just going to provide impact defensively and not be in the race to win it all? Because I think that from a defensive perspective, these odds are kind of disrespectful. They're a little disrespectful in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think the value of those odds is pretty ridiculous. Plus 6,000 for Bridges, plus 3,000 for OG. And if you look at the BetUS Sportsbook website, they even have the NBA in-season tournament cup winner odds. The Knicks are at plus 1,000 to win the NBA Cup. Bro, if we go into the NBA Cup grooving, I like the Knicks at plus 1,000 to win the Cup. I absolutely do. I'm actually going to put some money on this. I'm going to put $15 on the New York Knicks to win the NBA Cup. $15 wins you $150. I'm putting $15 in because I got $15 cash in my account. I got to add more, but I'm putting it in. Oh, look at this. I have a free bet today. Look at that. So that is that. I'm really excited about it, man. Let me know what you guys think about the New York Knicks potentially winning the NBA Cup. My bet is in $15 to win me $150. The ticket is officially in. Let's go. And the cool thing about BetUS, too, that I really like is you can download your ticket, right? So I just downloaded my ticket. And now look, this is what it looks like after you download it. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. That's the ticket, baby. Knicks winning the NBA Cup. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks. OG will win it, and the odds are crazy, right? Plus 3,000, bro, to win Defensive Player of the Year. Bridges more since he played all season. Guys, Bridges has not missed a game in his entire life. Does that even make sense? Can Knicks fans even fathom that? I can't. Please stay healthy, Bridges, on the Knicks. I think he will. No reason to worry. Guys, don't forget to simply hit the like button for your boy here on Knicks Media. I cannot wait, man. We got 34 people watching live. We got 18 like buttons smashed. Don't forget, hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button right now. Richie, what's up, man? What's up, bro? Good to see you, bro. Not going to lie, Philly's kind of scary with all the additions. Yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers have definitely leveled up their roster. That's definitely the team that the Knicks got to look out for. No doubt about it, Keith. But I like what we did this offseason just more. That much more. Okay? So I'm not worried about him. I ain't worried about him yet. And guys, the Knicks season, all of a sudden the Knicks are going to report the training camp. They're going to have the media day. We're going to see the interviews. As you guys know, I do report about the Jets. I cover football for a living. I also cover basketball and the Knicks for a living. And I've been more in football mode because the NFL is literally right around the corner. But then I come and talk about my Knicks. I'm like, wait a second. The NBA is coming up too. That's why this is my favorite time of the year, because the NFL starts, and then right when you're in the heart of the NFL season, all of a sudden you blink your eyes, basketball is beginning. And then it's just going to be a thunderstorm of basketball and football. And it's going to be a great content all throughout YouTube provided by me. You hear me? So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun ride. Knicks fans, I'm excited, man. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Is there anybody on the defense that you think is underrated, that's not getting enough love? And I think that's Dante. Dante DiVincenzo's, what is he known for? He's known for his sharpshooting, of course. His off-ball movement, which I think is a very undervalued piece of Dante DiVincenzo's game that is so beautiful to watch. His cutting back door, moving without the ball, off-ball screens. But his defense is underrated, Dante. Dante gets in the passing lanes. He plays hard. I love Dante's defensive ability. When he came to the Knicks, bro, it just felt so right. He's that guy that can bait you into a bad pass and pick it off and then push it down the floor. Right? He's not known for defense, but he's a solid defensive player. Julius Randle, I think, when he wants to. I think when it comes to Randle defensively, it's more an effort thing. Excuse me. It's more of an effort thing for Randle than it is talent. He could be a really good defender if he puts the effort in. When he does put in effort, Randle is Low-key, a very good defender. Sometimes he takes some plays off, and you're like, all right, Randall, why are you not stepping up and defending the paint there? My boy completely reminds me that Precious Achiuwa is back. How can I forget? Precious Achiuwa, low-key. Yes. He's a very good defender. That's why the Knicks brought him back. That's why they included him in that trade. The length that he shows to protect the rim. Like, Precious is that perfect garbage man. He can do all the scrappiness. You just throw him out there. He deflects the balls. He defends the paint. He can defend on, screens. Defend the post. Block some shots. Get some rebounds. He's not going to be perfect, but he's a Precious Achiuwa. I don't think you can ask for a more ideal backup 4 and 5 hybrid. He's versatile, can play power forward, he can play center. The Knicks had to bring him back, and they did just that, which I'm excited about. Keith says, yep, Dante gets a lot of deflections. Randall is all about effort. He can defend if he applies himself. Absolutely. That's really it. Is there anybody on this team that's a liability defensively? I think Jalen Brunson, the reason why he's not a liability on defense is how hard he plays. Because let's be honest, Jalen Brunson is not a defensive player. He's not going to lock anybody down. But the luxury that Jalen Brunson has is the teammates he has around him. Where we're not asking for Brunson to be a defensive dominant player. We don't need him to be. We're asking him to organize the offense. We're asking him to be the number one scorer on this team, the captain of the Knicks now. We don't need you, Jalen Brunson, to lock down the other team's back. Like, for example, when we go up against a team that has an elite point guard, Brunson's not going to be guarding him. Put bridges on him. You know what I mean? The Knicks are going to be very unique with their defensive looks out there. And I like the way the Knicks stack up against anybody. I know that we're all looking at the Boston Celtics, but the Philadelphia 76ers improved. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about the Milwaukee Bucks. You guys feel that? You guys agree? The Milwaukee Bucks are just becoming this team like they're like not a good team anymore. Folks, Giannis Antetokounmpo was injured in the playoffs. That's why they were not able to do anything in the playoffs. So as long as Giannis is healthy, I'm still looking at the Bucks as a contender in the East. They're the only team in the East that has a championship outside of Boston, okay? That has championships still in their DNA. I'm not scared of the Bucks, but I just want to show them some respect. And then you have, the rising teams in the East, like the Indiana Pacers, of course. You got the Orlando Magic. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can never count out the Miami Heat, even though the Miami Heat did nothing in the offseason. That kind of sparks fear in me. They still got Jimmy Buckets. They extended Bam Adebayo. I get it. And then you have some other teams that's a wild card, like Chicago. Don't see anything happening with Chicago this year. They're kind of in this weird, I don't even know, purgatory. I mean, what teams am I forgetting? Am I forgetting some teams in the East? Charlotte is just Charlotte. No offense. Detroit is just Detroit. No offense. So that's what it comes down to. The three teams that everybody's looking at in the East that are the teams to beat is Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. And I'm putting Milwaukee up there. Because when they're the reason why they were not successful last year is the injury to Giannis. And also the whole coaching situation was very weird. Right? But it is going to be the Celtics to beat. It's going to be them. So I think the New York Knicks have built this team up on a defensive way that we can contend with anybody, which is why I wanted this show to be all about the defense, because that's what separates us from the NBA. There's a lot of teams that are just offensive driven. There's not a lot of teams that's defensive driven. The Celtics are. The Timberwolves are. You can argue the Sixers, but not really. I mean, I don't know. So I think that the Knicks can stack up against anybody because of their defense mixed in with the sharp shooting. So I'm excited, folks. I'm excited for the season. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I wanted to go live for 20 minutes to share my thoughts of the New York Knicks defensive preview heading into the season. Please don't forget to do your boy a solid favor by hitting the like button on your way out of the show. We got a lot of Knicks content coming away. I will be live on Bleacher Report this Wednesday, August 28th. So if you guys want to come over to Bleacher Report and support your boy over there, I am covering the Knicks on Bleacher Report this year, which is very exciting. Knicks rules. This year is ours. Last game of the next season will be for New York Knicks. We're going to be champions. Greetings from the Netherlands. Wow. Knicks fans represent worldwide. There's no fan base like the Knicks, baby. Shout out to you, brother. shout out to you. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show here. Comment your thoughts of the Knicks defense when the show's all wrapped up. Want to give another shout out to BetUS Sportsbook for powering today's show. Appreciate BetUS and appreciate all things that you guys are showing. BetUS's link is in the description. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday and have a beautiful weekend. Let's go Knicks. The season is right around the corner, folks. Peace out, guys.